Trinity loses a TNA Knockouts Championship. Does this mean return to WWE? Brooke joins TNA with the name Ash by Elegance. Becky Lynch wants Mommy versus the Man at WrestleMania. Damage Control is being super mean to their leader Bayley. Deonna Purrazzo stuns in her AEW debut match. And Tiffany Stratton's ranch help, of course, goes all wrong. Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is your Women's Wrestling Weekly. Another huge week of women's wrestling with the first pay-per-view with the returning TNA, AEW Battle of the Belts, and Road to Royal Rumble. So hit that subscribe button to keep getting posted about everything happening, and let's jump right in. So this week I want to start with the return of TNA Wrestling, their first pay-per-view back as TNA Hard to Kill, and we got 3 women's matches, multiple debuts, championship changing hands. Starting with the first match, Knockouts Ultimate X, Giselle Shaw, Xia Brookside, Jody Threat, Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, and Dani Luna. So for people that's unfamiliar, the rule of this match is that you need to climb up and use the X structure above the ring to retrieve that X looking object. And this was a really interesting lineup. We have like 3 knockout newbies, Jody Threat, who's been around but haven't been involved with anything big, and Dani Luna, who's also been around but haven't been really involved with knockouts action, and totally brand new knockout Xia Brookside, who was in Mae Young Classic NXT. So because of all these new names, this match did feel pretty fresh. I first of all got chills when the last Ultimate X winner, Tasha Steelz, came out with the whole TNA roster clapping behind to open the show. That was really great visual. Then Alicia looked so cute with her gear. So there was this really cool waterfall spot where all the women were falling one by one. First with Dani's dive to the outside, to Xia's top rope crossbody, Jody Threat with the swanton, and it ends with Tasha doing a huge cutter off of the top rope to everyone outside. That was a really cool sequence. And Dani Luna here looked really impressive with her power moves, literally powerbombing everyone in the ring. Then Jody Threat hits huge double F5 on both Giselle and Alicia. Then Giselle Shaw steps on top of Dani Luna's back and nails a huge spear on Jody Threat on air. That was a big gasp moment. And at the end, we see Dani, Tasha, Giselle all on top. Then Giselle like swings the X on both of them to make them both fall and pick up the win, retrieving the X. I think this was a really fun match, showcase match for a lot of these new knockout talents. I did think the ending came a little bit abruptly, only because I do love all the aerial stuff, all the cool spots you can do holding the X rope. But either way, crowd loved it. They were chanting TNA, they were chanting thank you knockouts, and Giselle Shaw is such a deserving winner. She's so talented, and she really got to prove herself as one of the top knockouts in the division in the last couple of years, so I'm so happy for this win. I'm very satisfied. Then we got a surprise championship defense. This match was not announced previously. Knockouts Tag Team Championship was added last minute with MK Ultra, Masha Slamovich, and Killer Kelly, whose entrance with the dog leash and crawling. I know some people out there are really turned on by this. And cause it was a whole surprise match, I was like, are we getting a surprise opponent or something? Kind of. Because the Decay is back, as in Jessica and Courtney Rush are back to Havoc and Rosemary character. I guess they found their way back to the Underrealm. Anyway, the focus in this match, it seems like, was to reestablish Jessica Havoc as the powerhouse of TNA. Maybe last or 2 years ago, we saw Masha Slamovich squash Havoc with the snowplow. But here, Jessica was able to kick out of snowplow in 1 count, shocking everyone and me. I was like, no. Then she goes on this total Havoc doing double clothesline, double suplex, double chokeslam, everything double. And her gray hair looked really cool. This was a rebirth of Havoc. And then on top of that, we got this viral sexy moment between Killer Kelly and Rosemary, like climbing on top of each other, which I'm not necessarily the target demo, but respectfully hot. And we see Havoc hit a sit-out spinebuster for the win, becoming the new Knockouts Tag Team Champions. I gotta say, shocking victory, ending the longest Knockouts Tag Championship reign in Impact. But I gotta say, with Deonna, Mickey, and potentially Trinity leaving TNA, I do think it's wise to break up MK Ultra to beef up that singles competition, particularly Masha. She's the one that every time she's in the ring, I guess like multiple times because she's that good. So I think this is the right move, and I'm excited to see Havoc and Rosemary back in the destruction mode. They do seem rejuvenated and fresher, so I'm here for it. Stratisfied. And before we get to the highly anticipated Jordynne Grace versus Trinity match, we see the TNA debut of Ash by Elegance, aka WWE's Opportunity Queen, Dana Brooke, coming to TNA. Yeah, so she got this new campy name, and she stood there looking beautiful, graceful, elegant, all glamorous. She even got a little handler guy, and they were watching this match. And I'm so excited for Dana. Like, for a hot sec, I thought she was just gonna do Mandy and like leave wrestling to do sexy photo shoots and that's it. But we know that Dana have love and passion for wrestling, so TNA is a perfect place for her to prove herself as the athlete, as a wrestler, as a worker, just like how Trinity really proved herself here. And I don't even want want to bring it up, but some of the comments annoying the heck out of me is after seeing her just walk and stand. People are saying that it's a ripoff and dollar store version of Tony Timeless. So what? She wore a dress and looked elegant, and suddenly she's ripping off Hollywood Golden Age delusional starlet character? Some of this Dana hate is so freaking forced. It's so weird. And based on my personal experience of interacting with Dana here and there, I did a whole interview with Dana before, you know that. I honestly think this like distant, I'm classy, rich lady character will fit her so much better than the motivational character and like, I don't know, like statistics lady. So much better. Very, very excited about this Ash by Elegance run. And the match you'll all been waiting for, Trinity defending the Knockouts Championship against the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. And I told you from the beginning of Trinity's run in Impact Wrestling, this is a match I wanted. And I kind of got emotional watching this match. Maybe it's just seeing that glow entrance. It was just beautiful with the renewed TNA set. And maybe because the rumors started going around that this might be her last match in TNA, which we don't know yet, so chill your nips. But you can clearly see that she's a completely different person from when she arrived in Impact Wrestling or when she was in WWE. Yeah, she was always a star. She's got that star power, no doubt about that. But she had crazy growth as a wrestler inside the ring. You know, she really started wrestling outside of that WWE style. You can see that she's loving it. She's really enjoying every moment of working here. And this match felt like a bigger match than ever because Jordynne got this power and intensity unmatched by most people in the industry. So both women were just bringing it to each other. So this match, after starting kind of breezy with twerking and everything, the match escalated really quickly as Jordynne Grace started women handling Trinity, power bombing, just vicious knees to the head and throwing her inside out. Jordynne then like dives to the outside and juggernaut jackhammers outside to Trinity, which was like so brutal to see. And then there was this like one spot where Jordynne just kicks Trin's head unwarranted after letting go of this lock, and I was like, damn, you really did not have to do all that. But also, Trinity was giving all that energy back, kicking the heck out of Jordynne, fiery slapping exchanges, and piercing Jordynne's head through the apron. Then we see this incredible scene where Trinity muscles out this incredible sit-out powerbomb, then transitions it into Starstruck, which was just so awesome, and I was like so sure that she was going to retain the title here, but no, Jordynne was able to muscle it out, lands German, followed by Juggernaut Jackhammer for the huge win, becoming the new Knockouts champion. What a match. This is probably the best match Trinity had in her career. It was incredible. Incredible storytelling, incredible energy. I could feel the energy through the screen, and we don't know what's next for Trin. She's already teasing a rematch, which I'll take. Thank you very much. But of course, she's heavily rumored for the Rumble appearance as she is the Mrs. Rumble. So we shall see. It's going to be interesting to see. As for Jordynne, you know I love me some Jordynne. She's like one of the most exciting wrestlers out there. But she is in a bit of a tough position because for years she was running the division with like Deonna, Mickey. But now with absence of all these big names, she has a really big responsibility to carry the whole TNA Knockouts division. Good news, at least we have Ash by Elegance here, so that could be potentially be really, really fun. And yeah, we saw Ash pointing at Jordynne celebrating, and she was like, that's me. That's gonna be me soon. I love this match so much. Satisfying. On WWE SmackDown, we had Bianca Belair versus Bayley singles match with the entire Damage Control accompanying Bayley, and I was like, good. Another Bianca versus Bayley match, as if we haven't seen this like bazillion times. Damage Control interference, Bianca overcomes it, whatever. But I was very, very wrong. First of all, Bianca looked so freaking good with the silver outfit. Her makeup was on point, and this match ended up being one of the best TV matches in recent years, as well as telling a really interesting stories. I love when Bayley tied Bianca's hair to the bottom rope trying to corner her, and it turned into Bianca tripping Bayley with her hair. Just genius spot. Another creative use of Bianca's hair. She just had endless ideas in her bag. Then Bianca did KOD onto the ring post outside, which was really brutal. And on top of all these great action, Damage Control, Dakota, Io, Kairi, Asuka were just all standing out there watching, not helping Bayley at all. And Bayley like several times would throw up Bianca in front of them and distract the referee for them to attack Bianca, and they did nothing, just stand there like broken NPC characters. I love Asuka's facial expressions, by the way, especially when Bianca was able to land 2 consecutive 10 punches in the corner, 20 punches. Asuka was like, I cannot believe this is happening. Anyway, at the end, Bayley was finally like, what the hell is going on here? Using that bit of a distraction, Bianca hits Bayley with this huge spear, finishes her off with KOD. Again, great match, and post-match, Bayley catches up with the Damage Control backstage to complain, but Dakota's like, you got this, you gotta do this on your own, win Rumble on your own. Seeing this, I'm almost scared that Damage Control would throw Bayley out of the ring in Rumble. Also juicy. I really enjoyed this. I'm stressed. By the way, I just decided that I'm going to Royal Rumble, which I'm so excited about, but I also just learned that there will be a lot of you guys coming to Royal Rumble. So maybe if you're like arriving in town a little bit earlier, maybe you can meet up on Friday night night. This is like no official event or anything, but I was just gonna chill out at this bar with some friends. So if you want to come over, say hi, party together, we can do like Royal Rumble predictions. Look, just hang out. I know that last SummerSlam nobody came, so maybe this time some of you can come. We can have fun time. So on Raw, we got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And before the match, we see Candice and Indy saying that 2024 will be their year. And you can go ahead, doubt us, because they are gonna do their own way. And when they came out, I thought it was like Beyonce Mute Challenge. The crowd was silent. I'll say this match was ambitious. They had a lot of like sneak tags, and Candice and Indy had some really cool tag moves, especially that finish with the lion salt with Chelsea on the second rope. That was a really cool spot. And also weird thing, they shouted out the referee being the referee from last week's match, which Chelsea had complaints with. So I was like, would this come into play here? But not really. Yeah, I feel like this entire match had big ambitions, but like something was kind of off. Everything was kind of clunky. I mean, what do you do after barely letting them wrestle maybe like once a quarter? But you know I'm a big fan of Candice LeRae. Still to this day, my favorite matches of all time, Io versus Candice. So I'm so happy that Candice is getting used. So I'll say it was good.
Good? Not bad.
Also, with all these losing, is Piper gonna finally ditch Chelsea or what? Then another tag team match, Tegan Nox and Natalya versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. We see backstage Shayna and Zoe think they can beat this team in like 20 seconds and something. First of all, it seems like every time Natalya appears at this point, but Natty was rocking this white silver gear that was so hot. Who is the gear maker? The match started out kind of whatever, but ended up being really, really good, especially the exchange between Zoe and Natalya. Love Natalya reversing Z360 into attempted sharpshooter, and at the end, Natty and Tegan sets up a heart attack, but Zoe takes out Tegan. Shayna and Natalya then exchanges submissions until Natalya finally taps to care for the clutch. This was a fun match. It's still kind of difficult to care and fully be invested into women's tag division, given that a lot of these teams are just thrown together, and well, the tag division have been neglected for so long, treated as joke, but I feel like we're on some kind of like express rehab trying to make it work. Remember, we have two strong teams in SmackDown too. Is Sasha and Naomi coming back or something? So they're trying to set up the tag division for them. Remember, allegedly that's the reason why they left the first place, so they better fix the root cause, right? Just a bit of a speculation. I mean, kudos to the effort. I'm satisfied. Next, Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley comes out to say for the Rumble winner, whoever it is, choose someone else for WrestleMania, because mommy is always on top. And she's saying this not because she's scared, she just wants you to not waste a shot. Becky Lynch then comes out to share a TMI, share her inner deepest thought, and say she thinks Rhea might be better than her. She then says she needs to prove to herself that she's actually better than Rhea, and that's by winning Royal Rumble and challenging Rhea at WrestleMania. Mommy versus the man. Rhea then says she also wishes Becky to win Rumble. Is it because she wants that Dream Mania match, or is she scared of Nia Jax's domination? And that was a clean and simple segment. Mommy versus the man is a dream match. So after multiple teases over the year, I like that they're finally planting the seeds for it before Rumble. Also, I kind of joked about it, but I do like that the man is not always, I'm the best, I'm the champ, my shit smells great. No, she often shares her vulnerability, and I think that's really why she's so compelling as a babyface. I'm really liking this Rumble build. We have multiple women going in with strong builds like Nia, Bayley. We might not have like 7 Diva Legends announced like 2 years ago or whatever. This is still pretty good build. And we see Valhalla assault Maxine Dupree post-match, like brutally attacking her. Ms. Maxine, where is your Manami Toyota Japanese Oceanside clone suplex when you need it? And with this attack, we have Maxine's bestie Ivy Nile versus Valhalla scheduled for next week. On WWE NXT, we had Nikita Lyons versus Blair Davenport match, and this started out in a parking lot where Blair tried to attack Nikita again, but she's like, can't fool me twice, and they start brawling, and we see them brawl all the way into the arena with commentators saying they've been brawling for 20 minutes. The only thing though is that they had time to change into their gear, so I'm kind of like, what exactly happened here? Like, bitch, now I'm gonna you are, wait, let's change to our sexy gear and fight again. Yeah, Nikita's new gear was really hot. I always actually really enjoy the intensity and the energy that Nikita brings to the ring, but maybe they really were fighting for 20 minutes. They got a little off by the end of this match, and that one suplex looked really rough, almost like a DDT. Love Nikita's corner ass drop, but at the end, Nikita accidentally hits the ring post with her injured knee. Blair then really targets the weak knee and finishes Nikita off with a wicked knee to the face. I think this was a fun match, and I'm kind of glad that Nikita didn't win or defeat Blair right away. This could be a whole program, so I'm here for it. I'm satisfied. Then we got Cora Jade versus Gigi Dolan match with Cora looking so good. This diva makeover should be studied for ages, and she's like living and breathing sexiness, so even when during the match, she was like holding onto referee's pants to avoid page turner from Gigi, and using that distraction, Cora hits double underhook DDT for the pinfall win after 4 minutes. Has Gigi won any matches recently? I like seeing Cora as the biggest bitch in NXT. She's doing such a great job with it. So I'll say this was a good comeback match. Satisfying. And I just learned that Cora Jade suffered a torn ACL during a live event last weekend and expected to be out for 6 to 9 months. So yeah, there's that. Speedy recovery. Then we got the NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria in-ring promo where she announces there will be a 20-women battle royale for #1 contender spot with the winner facing her at NXT Vengeance Day. Then the NXT Breakout Tournament winner Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez come out to taunt that she can cash in the contract to challenge her anytime she wants. And you know my favorite thing about Lyra is when she gets a little bit unhinged. Her feistiness was really coming out when she told Lola she does not want to see her ass shaking on Instagram, and she gets really messy telling Elektra that Lola has no intention to use that contract for the damn tag championships. You're getting clowned. I need more of this, Lyra. Lyra then says they should have that championship match right now, only for Elektra and Lola to beat her down, with Psycho Fan Tatum coming out for the save. But my favorite thing that happened on NXT was Tiffany Stratton looking so good in pink ranch outfit, maybe, to be Fallon Henley's wrench help for the day. And Tiffany looked so freaking cute in this pink outfit, and in this whole skit, she got to clean horse shit, clean the horse, manures, whatever they had to do. And this was such a wholesome comedy content. It was so cute. Tiffany's so good at comedy. I was thinking like if she joined WWE like 10 years ago, she would have gotten some Jillian Hall character. So it's so good to see the top girl in NXT showing the range from the campy comedy to being serious competitor in the ring. And for some reason, I thought this segment will end like a big barn brawl, but no, it was cute. A Saturday night cartoon ending where Tiffany steps onto the horse shit and falls into water tub and gets all wet. Moving on to AEW, on Dynamite, we see Toni Storm saying she did not watch Mariah's match whatsoever, and she requested a meeting with the Italian Deonna Purrazzo, who's coming for her. I'm just trying her accent. And then we had this big 8-women tag match: Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Anna Jay versus Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. And it was a Brody Lee tribute match, hence why Anna Jay, who was healed just a week ago, is in the babyface team. As Statlander was entering the arena, we see Stokely Hathaway holding up a sign, "Please let Stokely manage you," or something like that. So that storylines keep going. And the pop for Julia was so big, so you can clearly feel that she's grown into one of the top stars of AEW. The match was more of a traditional multi-women tag match. The beloved waterfall spot was fun, but my favorite part was when they were doing like this lineup suplex spot with all 8 women. Julia went to the wrong side, so Willow was like, dude, go to your side. That was cute. That was really cute. And at the end, Anna Jay was able to pick up a huge win for her team with Queen Slayer on Sky Blue. Yeah, I think this was an enjoyable match. We don't see those big tag matches a lot in AEW. It's very much giving Diva era, so I liked it. Also, Thunder Rosa looked really good in this match. I'm curious, like, now that she's back, like, what's gonna be her big program? Like, maybe TBS Championship? I'm satisfied. Then on Rampage, we had Hikaru Shida versus Queen Aminata, with the news of Queen Aminata signing with AEW. So congratulations, Opulence, you deserve everything. The moment I saw you on SmackDown first, I knew you were destined for something big. I really enjoyed this match. Aminata and Shida had great back and forth. I mean, there was this one weird spot where I'd say, like, I don't know, a little S&M-y, like, I'm so strong, so let me just sit down and like let the opponent kick me in the back. Like, I would never do that in my life, let alone a match, but sure. That was an interesting spot. And at the end, Aminata kicks out after a knee and Falcon Era, but Shida hits a devastating katana for the win. Shida with another win on Rampage, but is the win really what Shida needs? Isn't like character or story what she really needs? I'm happy for Queen Aminata, so I'll say satisfied. She did her thing, but you know, some of these matches that has like no storyline and no connections with anything that's going on right now, it's difficult to get into, you know what I mean? On AEW Collision, we had Deonna Purrazzo's in-ring debut. Yes, she did have that one match with Mercedes Martinez for one night years ago, but you know what I mean, against Red Velvet. And you know I love Deonna, and you know I love Red, so this was amazing pairing on my book. I really enjoyed this match, and this is how you do the first match. Holy shit, Deonna looked so good in this match. First of all, she looked damn good with her gear, the entrance, but when she turned Red's top rope arm drag into a Fujiwara armbar, it was a moment you go, oh, this is the Virtuosa. And on top of that, she was doing all that arrogant hand gestures. It was just so perfect. And Red looked really good here too. She was bringing the heat, the intensity, and the ending was just so perfect, so crisp. Deonna puts Red in another Fujiwara. Red tries to reverse it into a pin, but Deonna seamlessly transitions it into Venus de Milo, which looks just beautiful. This is the Virtuosa. Like, this is how you make the first impression. She picks up a win from Red Velvet. She made the impression to the world. I'm so stressed. And we got another AEW programming this week with AEW Battle of the Belts. And we got TBS Championship Julia Hart versus Anna Jay. And I want to be honest, especially given that there were so many wrestling matches, a lot of wrestling in general this week, nothing from this match really stick out to me. Like, it was a short match from the get-go where they were kind of coming for each other's shoulders. And it kind of became almost like a battle of submissions where Julia eventually hits kind of this like weird spinebuster and finishes Jay off with Heartless. Yeah, it was just like what it was. I don't even think the match was like planned to be very ambitious, and it didn't seem to tell much compelling story throughout, so I think it was just a meh match.
Good, not bad.
Alright, so that is it for this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. We still have interviews from Sonny Kiss, Peyton Royce, and recently departing WWE PC Alexis Letty was there to spill all the beans about what goes behind there. That interview I'm so excited to publish. There's a lot of juicy content coming to Ring the Bell, guys, so subscribe if you haven't yet, and also you can follow me on social, Instagram at DSShin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye!